we actually get into it, I saw last night on TikTok, I saw about 3 different TikTokers. I was going to say TikTokers. 3 different, I don't know what it's called over there, creators. And they were these women who were actually really, really crying. I mean, very, very upset about what Trisha is doing with the Jewish community. And I'm not sure, how she's mocking them. And there was this one lady, I'm not well versed on all this, you guys, but there was this one lady and she said, that she couldn't wear like her jewelry outdoors for fear of getting attacked. But, here's this lady, and she was talking about Trisha, wearing it out, and that really offends her. And also when Trisha said to Ethan, was it to Ethan? Yeah, when Trisha said to Ethan, oh, you're from Ventura, you're not Jewish or something like that. You're not from Israel or something like that. That was very offensive as well. I was very touched because I don't understand how, if someone is that upset about something that you did, wouldn't you just stop? I just can't believe that these people are so upset and Trisha just hasn't stopped or doesn't feel like she needs to apologize. But anyways, I just had to put that 2 cents in there because it's really kind of still, on the forefront of my mind. It's just bothering me. That's just weird. I mean, but let's get into this.
Episode?
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
This is a good one too. I like this one.
I thought it was the finale last episode.
What, we're just ending the show?
Did you see those comments?
The reason people thought it was a finale, because I did too, because at one point Ethan had said this is our last episode in the last show. I remember that.
What a good way to end the series.
What?
We saw those comments. Yeah.
Maybe we should have ended it.
I love this. I love this.
We've actually covered a lot of ground.
It's beautiful.
My parents were supportive of it. They don't watch anything, but they found out and they were like, Usually I get scared what my parents think when we talk about childhood, but they were.
Oh, your parents don't watch your.
No.
Well,
but when she said, my parents found out, I'm not exactly sure what she's referring to. I mean, that she talked a little bit about her childhood. I think that's what she was referring to. Not that they found out anything, about her sexual conduct, because I'm sure they already know, even though her dad doesn't watch, her videos.
Do nasty stuff.
Well, my mom watches everything, but my dad doesn't. But in case he found out about it.
Does your mom watch your OnlyFans content?
My mom wasn't in OnlyFans. She was in the one with my sister. She was like the referee of the Jello.
Would your mom ever show her titties?
Yeah, she has. She has on YouTube. Yeah, but it was more like when she had breast cancer and she was showing her nipple taken off.
That's more like brave,
but she was
sexy.
Oh, what she would do?
Yeah, you can't compare the two. How she made that correlation, that's not the same,
See, too, we should do it now for sure.
Would you do would you
This is so weird.
Would you slap titty with your mom?
What slap titty? With a hand or tit to tit?
Tit to tit.
I don't see anything wrong with it. I just would think people would.
Wow. All right. So if you don't see anything wrong with slapping your titty, if you're female, okay? If you don't see anything wrong with slapping your titty against your mom's naked titty, okay? There's nothing wrong with it, I mean, other people might think something's wrong with it. But Trisha, there's nothing wrong with it. I want to know. Let me know down below. If you don't think there's anything wrong with slapping your titty against your mother's. I mean, seriously.
People are so sensitive about things. It's like, I don't know.
I'm just filming because if I don't have anything to say, I'm just filming.
It's bullshit. They have a food category.
Sometimes this is boring.
Mukbangers, and I'm never nominated.
This isn't my favorite wig.
I get millions of views.
Yeah, but it's all politics.
We'll get back to
it. It's literally nothing to do with who's actually the best. And then their biggest.
Wish my hair was like this.
Are just about how it's fan vote. So it's all about these really vain creators doing everything they can to beg their fans to vote for them.
Well, because Tana won Creator of the Year last year, and I was like, what the fuck? And it's because she's literally like, I'll suck your tits.
Like, here's the video he removed about me. That's a good.
I never saw it.
Well, but I mean, I guess the whole joke is that he's making fun of my Tourette.
Right, and that's not cool.
Which I guess some people think is like kind
Wait,
of
pause it.
Yeah.
But it's not Tourette's. Tourette's is like when you.
I have Tourette syndrome.
No, Tourette's is when you're like.
Oh, see?
Isn't that Tourette's? I don't know. You can add.
Well, yeah,
Oh my
you're
God.
right. I shouldn't get so there's obviously it's a scale, right? I have Tourette syndrome. I have a mild case of Tourette syndrome. That's why I'm all ticky with my face and stuff.
Okay, so it's not cussing. Why do they always say it's like cussing and things where words like?
Well, that's like the high. That's like the super. On the sliding scale, that's the really severe case of Tourette's.
Oh, okay.
Tourette's is like an extreme case of OCD, characterized by like vocal tics. So mine is very. Most people with Tourette's just go like. You might hear it during a podcast. You hear it stems like stuff like that. So that's
I never heard that.
Yeah, it's quiet. But then you have the really extreme version of Tourette's, which is usually a combo of other kind of neurological things.
Look at Trisha. She's learning. She's taking in information and she's actually learning something. Because at first, I don't think she understood a scale, how things are on a scale. But look at her. She's really learning
You
now.
end up with people who are screaming obscenities. But so he's making fun of the fact that he knows I have Tourette's. So that's kind of, he's making fun of my.
Do you care though?
No, I
don't care what people call me.
But I just think it's pathetic.
It is pathetic.
Yeah.
Right.
The reason it's pathetic is you shouldn't make fun of someone who has something they can't control. You know, if it's something that they're doing, you know, like something they're saying or, you know, something, I don't know, but not something that they can't control that they're born with. Obviously, that's very pathetic to do that. You shouldn't mock someone who has a disability. So.
You know what I mean?
Right. I was just trying to push as much as I can. I never hated you. I never was like, oh my god, let me just piss him off.
Yeah.
But I think you were actually like taking offense to things I said.
Oh
No,
boy.
I wasn't.
At all. You never took
Not
offense
at
to
all.
anything I said on Twitter.
Not at all.
So why do you unfollow me?
Because I don't want to see your fucking vagina.
But you
And
talked
your
about it. So
I
you literally
no,
commented, why is your butthole so large or something? And I was like, oh, so you like, yeah, you commented on it. So
No,
like,
I
oh,
literally,
you want to see
I
it.
literally unfollowed you because I was tired of seeing you naked on my time, and like not just
That's
naked,
fine,
like
but that's you commented.
no, I
on
messaged
it.
you. I said, hey Trisha, peace and love. I have to
Before
unfollow you.
that, you were commenting on like my gaping butthole.
Yeah, maybe
picture.
it was fun. I probably left a funny comment.
So then I was like, oh, okay. And then you like talked about my vagina on H3 before.
It just
I was
got
like,
too
yes.
much. There was one photo.
I get it. Wait, I get it.
No. Why are you just doing wedding rings?
No, I was literally gonna just buy one for myself, but they don't make them in my size at the store. It's so embarrassing.
What? Let me see your.
Wait. What? Wait, let's not let this fly away. No, wait a minute. Trisha just said that she was gonna buy herself a wedding ring, you guys. Why would Trisha buy herself a wedding ring? That doesn't make any sense. What, buy yourself a wedding ring and use it for the marriage between you and Moses? Is that the ring you're going to use for the marriage, Trisha? I don't understand. Why would you buy yourself a wedding ring? There's so much there.
It's not that big.
What, do you know what size well, you have small hands, but do you know what size your fingers are?
I don't.
Like, a regular guy
Doesn't
size
look
is like
that
a
big.
size 8. Mine's a size 9, and they don't carry that at all. Like, the biggest size they carry for women are 6
Why don't you get a
stores.
man's ring?
I could get, like, something custom made, but I want to go to a store and pick a ring out and buy it. You know what I mean? It's like,
They're
so
like, ma'am,
embarrassing.
I hate to tell you this, but your fingers are way too fucking fat.
She wants
So-
custom made.
Literally, we were
Do they have plus size ring stores?
They were at together.
They really should. I was really sad. We went to this really fancy like resort place, and they had like these stones that they make there, and they're like $15,000 was this ring or something I wanted. And he's like, well, they can stretch it a little, but it like didn't even get past my knuckle. I was so sad. He's like, well, we can get it to you in like 2 weeks when she has to like reconstruct a whole new one for your fat finger. And I was like, no, it's not the same. Like I want one now. But you have really small fingers and hands.
Yeah.
Why is that? That's interesting.
I don't know. Everything else is.
I like them. They look like a little boy.
Why is that? Because God made him that way. That's why. And then she says, I like them. It's just like a little boy.
Okay, you asked me too about a mukbang.
Yeah.
I think, you know what's really popular where I feel like goes viral and also like whatever. It's not that I like love this food because I really don't. But like if you type in like mukbangers eating crab legs, you need to get those
I can't
jumbo
do that.
crab legs
I can't do that.
and then go No, but then do the Alfredo sauce. I don't love it either, but with like Alfredo sauce,
I
you have
can't.
to.
No, I can't do.
You don't have to do it. You don't
Let's do
have to
something
do it
else.
just because everyone else is doing it. That's what she does, is she always does things because everyone else does it. And you guys, you never have to do anything just because everybody else does it. That is an idiotic reason to do anything. It is. You don't want to do anything just because everybody else does it. You want to do everything you want to do because you want to do it, not because everybody else does it. So she's eating these crab legs that she doesn't like, but she puts Alfredo sauce because it makes it more palatable for her. And she's like, everyone else is doing it, so she has to do it. She has to jump on the bandwagon. She has to jump on the bandwagon, and I'm telling you, you don't need to do anything you don't want to do. You don't need to eat anything you don't want to eat. And certainly, you don't need to do anything because everybody else is doing it.
I would do spicy.
Yeah, I want to do spicy.
I can't do spicy though.
Oh, you can't?
But I would do it for the show.
Well, that's
Unlike
funny.
you.
No, I can't do crab. I can't do seafood.
Why?
It's just I can't do it.
You have to just do it for the thumbnail
I
though.
can't.
No.
Do the crab.
No, Trisha.
The way he said it was like light.
I just can't do it.
During this, she might be having chest pains during this. There's something physically not right with Trisha during this episode here. I think when she was going like this, maybe, I don't know, she was going like this and stuff. Maybe it had something to do with her, I don't know, down here. I don't know.
And now I don't care at all.
I think you probably need a therapy instead, because it sounds like you didn't resolve the issue, because now you're trying to be as ugly as possible, like doing the unflattering photos you always do and the angles. I think there's like a deeper issue. Like if I look ugly, it's like the what about Bob, where if you fake you're having a heart attack, you're not having a heart attack. So you're like, I'm gonna be ugly as possible so people can't make fun of me for being ugly.
I'm not
because
ugly
they
all the
get
time.
But I think Trisha's describing herself. This is pure projection of her own thoughts of how she feels about herself. I mean, she's told us numerous times how she feels ugly about herself and she doesn't like looking at herself. Sometimes she does when she's all glam, but when she's just real like you and me are, and here I am with a wig and makeup, but you know what I mean. I just do this for, doing YouTube videos, but I'm all like, kind of like glammed up, but I certainly don't go out in public like this. I mean, I should, but I just don't. But anyways, that's another story. I forgot what I was saying, you guys.
I'm comfortable being like this. I'm comfortable.
You're always showing like the belly gag, the chin
Well,
gag.
I think it's funny because it's like people always go.
Oh, what is Trisha talking about? She's just projecting, right? Because she is the one that illustrates and highlights her unflattering nature, whether it's a physical image or it's an outburst, or it's just her talking about something that she is oblivious about and she's talking about it. There's just many moments that Trisha does that highlights her flaws. And so here she is talking to Ethan and saying, I think that, you haven't resolved this issue because you try to accentuate everything that doesn't look good with you. She's telling Ethan this when I see the exact same thing in her.
How could you show yourself like that? And I think that's funny.
Because you would rather people say that about you than like, oh, he's so ugly, or like, look at that angle.
Well, sure, there might be something to that, but I post normal photos of myself all the time.
Well, I'm so sorry. I feel like, have you ever been in therapy?
Yeah.
Are you in it now?
I'm not in it now. I was earlier this year.
Oh, okay. Good for you.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's a deep rooted. That's sad. I mean, because that's like not a video. It's like really
it
sad.
was really sad.
No, but see, what she's not getting is what Ethan just said. It was really sad at the time, okay? Because Trisha knows that if that would have been her and that would have happened to her, she would still be there. Just like whatever it is that happened to Trisha, whatever traumas and core initiations that she had in childhood or growing up or whenever, it's still in her. And she hasn't even come to terms of what exactly those things are, or what, situations she was, innocently in, she's a little child. So those haven't even been addressed. So she, in her mind, because they haven't been with Ethan either, right?
but it doesn't bother me anymore.
See?
Because, like, I hate the way I look, too. Like, I hate my body and I feel fat, but I never look at it and I'm like, ew, you're disgusting. I can't look at myself. Like, I'm like, oh, sometimes I look hot, you know? So to have that, whereas, like, in you just hate looking at yourself, it ruins your day, like, intense.
Yeah, no, it was awful. That's why I was like, I'm just not going to look at myself anymore. And now, but it was like, before I couldn't even look at a photo, and now, you know, but like, I'm on camera, you know, that's my living.
Right.
So.
Right.
You look skinnier than me, but can I tell you why you look skinnier than me? It's because your shoulders are small. You
Wow.
have small shoulders, and I have very broad shoulders, so I look like I'm like twice your size.
Okay. I've resituated everything. I put a pillow below me so that I could sit higher. Wait, I gotta get the remote. So that's what's happening. I put the camera higher, and okay. Okay, so now let's continue. Aw.
The wildfires, people who donated.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She was like, hey, donate to the wildfires and I'll send you nudes. And Tam's like, great idea. I'll do a federal crime.
Yeah, she's not the brightest bulb. I saw she did something. People were calling out for photoshopping over the weekend. And you know what? Can I just say?
Can I just say, how can Trisha say that about? She said about Tana, but how can she just say that about anyone? That's my thoughts. You know, I was gonna say that's my concern. I'm not concerned at all. I'm just saying, how can she say she's not the brightest bulb?
It's your video. I mean, she really does overdo it, because I did see the side-by-side from this weekend.
I'd love to. Who does it?
Phil DeFranco. We saw
What?
you on Lynn's DeFranco's TikTok.
Phil DeFranco doesn't Photoshop himself.
He does
Hold on. You gotta bring
Okay,
receipts.
let's listen very carefully, because it gets heated, and he brings it down. Ethan brings it down right away before it goes really bad, but it gets more and more louder. It gets louder and louder and louder, and it just gets a little heated here. And it's interesting how this develops.
You said angles?
Angles.
Wait, angles is not Photoshop.
That's misleading.
Hold on,
That's
having a
misleading.
good angle is not Photoshop.
I agree
here
with
we go,
Ethan.
Being misogynistic and not
What?
showing.
Oh, look, you don't. I would never.
I'm gonna show
when
you.
did I ever call a girl for a good angle?
I'm gonna. No, but that's mine. I don't Photoshop. I never have Photoshopped my photo. He can tell you I don't know how to use Facetune. I've never Facetuned a picture in my life. Okay, this one. That is not the same person. That is not the same person on his show. And so it's like, how come you don't call that person out? Just
That's
because
not
he's
the
his
same.
belly?
Wait.
That looks like a guy in a casket, if you ask me. Like, that looks like a corpse. And
Why
you don't call him out because you're his friend.
Wait, whoa.
See what I mean?
That's because you're such
Back
a
it.
bias.
Oh my
You're
God.
such a
Hold on,
bias.
back it up.
You iDubs on for content cop. Meanwhile, he's the biggest hypocrite of anybody. And it's like, with that whole OnlyFans bullshit and stuff like that. Like,
Okay,
you don't
hold on.
call out your friends.
Hold
True
on.
story. Fuck, marry, kill. iDubs, Jack's Films, or Philip DeFranco. Go.
See what I mean? Did you see that? So that's just a conversation. That's not really even being involved in a deep conversation trying to resolve something, right? That's just a little conversation they're having. And look at Trisha go. And look at her though. Now she's really like, she doesn't realize this. What we're talking about, she doesn't realize how mad she is right now for absolutely nothing. Watch.
Wait, hold on.
Exactly. They're all your friends. So you won't say anything bad
Hold
about
on.
them.
There's a lot to address there.
Right. 'Cause
Okay, first of all, regarding that Phil DeFranco footage you showed me, I feel like for some reason you just want to call him fat.
Absolutely not. But if you're going to call me out for being fat and skinny, then call him out for being fat and
Wait,
skinny.
hold on.
Does that make any sense? If telling someone, if you're going to call me out for XY, then you need to call this person out for XY. And it's like, Ethan's like, I'm not even thinking about this person. You know, what does Philip DeFranco have anything to do? And because,
Phil
you know what I'm
DeFranco's
saying.
Sitting there looking face on in the camera doing the news. He's not walking around in a bikini trying to be hot.
Right.
I disagree.
And
Okay, stop. Really. We all know that Philip DeFranco is not walking around in a bikini trying to be hot. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's some footage out there of him doing that. And she disagrees. So she believes that. She believes that Philip DeFranco walks around. Look at her face, you guys. Her lips are really tight. Oh my God, my dogs. Right when I'm getting into this. Hey, sweet peas. Please. Oh no. my dogs have been barking so much. Okay. Okay, so first she got angry, right? She was angry, she was yelling and stuff. And then all of a sudden now it's turned into, so once she got high, when she got that high with her energy, her frequency, and she's like really like getting upset over nothing, and she's just like screaming and everything, she can't come back. Because look, she's still upset. Look at her lips. They're very tightly closed, right? And she just said that she disagrees, meaning that she really thinks Philip DeFranco is walking around in a bikini at a beach somewhere.
Not manipulating the footage at all.
He will.
And it looks like he gained a few pounds.
You're being very nice as opposed to calling Tana a fucking Twinkie. And now you're like, he looks like he gained a
It's
pounds.
different.
He looks like a Twinkie,
No,
okay?
but he's not out there trying to look like a sexy fit model. Like Tana's out there being like, ooh, look at me, I'm perfect body and I'm a model. I'm a swimsuit model. And then she's turning around and fucking eating a fucking,
The content, you guys, the content right here, it's like, actually, we all should be watching something a little better for us because, including me, right? Me too, because this is so, it's adolescence. This is what they're talking about is a waste of breath. Really, this is a waste of breath. This does not add any substance to anyone. And you would want to watch a podcast because it's interesting. The fact that what they're talking about is just pure Cracker Jacks. That's what it is. This is Cracker Jacks.
Egg McMuffin meal every morning.
I think she's very skinny. Tana's very skinny. I don't think she eats Egg McMuffin meals. I think that's not the issue. I think her issue is just like, you hate women. You're misogynistic.
Dude.
So now it's gone into saying that Ethan hates women. I'm sorry, I gotta take care of my dog.
Who'd you say?
Lele Pons.
If you think Lele Pons is bad, imagine having a party with 30,000 people packed together.
I wonder who is worse. Who's more disliked, Lele Pons or Donald Trump?
Oh boy.
People really don't like Lele Pons.
Yeah,
wow.
She has a lot. She deleted Amanda Cerny's YouTube videos back in the day.
I remember that.
Remember that?
Crazy.
That
was pretty exciting.
How come no one's talking about that? They're still like, Lele Pons is like...
Like, bring it down, Trisha. We're talking politics here, and she got to bring it way down. You see? Way down. She can't be... Well, it's not her fault that she's not educated. She didn't graduate from high school, right? Is that true? I don't think she graduated. I think she dropped out, and that was it.
No, I agree.
Like social media.
I don't know how she got away
I'm
with
not
that.
sure about that, you guys. I got to get back to the
Know her
books
that well, but like...
and read her book
Okay,
again.
hang on.
Not sure.
Do you believe that we should be racing to renewable energy as soon as possible? Yes.
You don't even know what it means.
That's why I'm voting for Joe Biden.
I love renewable energy. Like, what's the
Do you want a president that reads his intelligence briefings? Yes, that's.
Dude, you
why I'm
have
voting
a
for Joe
fucking
Biden.
dissertation there about why.
This is really important to me.
But okay, why don't we say this for the H3h3?
Do you want a president?
where
Oh,
people-
wow.
This
She
is
does-
entertaining. We just found out you don't know what climate change is. That's pretty epic.
Yeah, but I don't think people tune into this to hear your political.
Well, I don't give a fuck because today
Do
it's
it on the
important.
H3. That's more
I'm almost done.
popular.
I'm almost done.
You got nominated for that podcast.
You're mixing up
It's-
deportation and DACA. DACA is
Oh,
different
boy.
than
I'm gonna look
deportation.
that up. I'm gonna look it up. He just voted for DACA people, clearing
Wait,
them.
you have to stop.
I'm gonna show you right now.
Deportation
I know it's two different
is
things.
different than DACA.
And he just cleared a bunch of DACA.
Obama invented
Recently.
DACA. That's his initiative.
Okay, what's happening is Trisha cannot string words together to accurately express what she's trying to say. That's just exactly what it is. So I think that she knows what she's trying to say, but she can't articulate it coherently. So she mixes up different genres, totally different things, and says both of them in one sentence. And it seems like she's talking about both of them in the same way, but she's really not, because she doesn't really know what she's saying. I think she's trying to say something, but it doesn't come out right. Because she isn't
realize
educated. That's
David
why.
Dobrik came over here on DACA. He's a dreamer. He came over here when
David
he was in the
Dobrik
90s,
again.
early 90s
Right?
on that.
Isn't
David
Obama,
Dobrik.
isn't DACA Obama's initiation?
No, David's a dreamer.
Yes, it was.
It was.
I don't really know what Trisha's talking about. I'm trying to-
Obama
Oh my God,
started
okay.
DACA,
I just don't.
and Trump
Okay,
tried to
I
kick
can't
all the
wait for the
DACA
comments
people
on
out.
this. All right.
Well, listen,
If you want to say that.
Do you want a president that doesn't spend 6 hours a day on Twitter? I
I
don't.
don't care about that.
Okay,
like,
well,
maybe
I
on
do.
24 hours. Doesn't matter. Like, that's
You want-
considered
But
less productive.
Yes, it
I'm
does.
like,
She just said that if you're on Twitter 24, if the president is on Twitter 24 hours a day, it doesn't make him less productive. That's what Trisha Paytas just said. That's what she just said. The president of the United States could be on Twitter 24 hours a day, but it doesn't make him less productive. Trisha Paytas' quote.
productive, and I'm on TikTok 24
You're not the
hours a day.
president. You work on
I could
TikTok.
be the president.
You
because
work on TikTok.
I'm so productive doing other things besides TikTok, but I'm constantly on TikTok. Like, I'm doing other things.
You're not
so
the fucking
productive.
president.
I could be. Easily. If I was 35?
Do you know what climate change is?
No.
Okay.
Does Trump know climate changes? Maybe not. You don't know what he knows.
Likely he doesn't. Maybe that's a good point.
About Trisha, I can't.
Of
find what you're
course.
talking about. No,
Dan always sides. This is why nobody likes the H3 podcast because Dan, Zach, and Ian ruin it.
Wow.
Why don't you have females? Are you misogynistic? How come you don't have females? People could argue that too. There's no females working for you
What are we
guys.
talking
And of
about?
course
Talk
they're
about
on your
Joe Biden.
side, just like Idas and Jackson's and all these people are on your side, so you protect them just like
Bro,
they're protecting
I'm not-
you.
Why does she want to fight with Ethan so much? I don't think that she wants to fight with Ethan a lot. I think that this is her personality. And I think that when you're a friend of Trisha's and you get into any kind of a discussion, you know, other than oohing and eyeing some new item, right? Or, you know, going and purchasing, you know, high class items or being bougie, anything like that, Trisha will have zero to offer any human being, right? That isn't bouge, right? And that's what she's, because she just wants to fight with you no matter what. It's her instinct. And believe it or not, I totally get what she's saying. I totally get it, but she can't articulate. What she's trying to say is, you know, he said all the things that are important to him, and therefore Ethan's going to vote for Biden. And what Trisha is trying to say, but she doesn't know it, but what she is trying to say, that maybe this would have gone a lot better if Trisha would have had all the things that someone who voted for Trump, pretend someone who voted for Trump, all the good things that are important to that person and why they're voting for Trump. That's what Trisha's trying to say, to keep it fair. You know, all these positives for Biden and positives for Trump. That's all she's trying to say, but she can't get it out that way. And Ethan is also a little bit, he's missing what she's saying. A lot of people are, because she's not articulating it correctly.
Nothing to
That's
do with
how
our
it works.
conversation. Why are you attacking me right now?
I'm
See?
not attacking you. I'm like pointing out facts if you want to point out facts.
Okay, do you want a president that spends less time on Twitter? I do. Okay? Trisha apparently wants a president that spends more time on Twitter.
I couldn't care less
I
if spend time on
disagree.
Twitter or don't. Like, who cares?
You can spend time on Twitter, not 6 hours a day. Okay? 200 tweets a day is fucking neurotic. You know? Have
It
you
is.
tweeted 200 times in a day?
Maybe, I don't know.
No.
I'm sure I have at one point. Which was
Literally
positive.
nobody has tweeted 200 times a day. Except fucking maniacs.
I mean, if that's your stance, you should be arguing better points than that.
Oh, have you been paying attention the past like 20 minutes?
Unfortunately. I don't know. It's just like cringe.
Also, if you work in Iowa,
Wow.
if you live in Iowa, Arizona, Ohio, North Carolina.
So what's interesting here is both of them, see, this is supposed to be a podcast between two people, right? And both of them right now are not listening to one another, and they're just going forward with their own agenda. So Trisha's over here, you know, just like saying, you know, like snidey remarks and stuff like that. She's not getting involved. She doesn't want to get involved in this politics. And Ethan continues. This is so interesting. And the point of the podcast is for them to interact. But that's not happening now.
Upset you, the whole political
It
thing.
doesn't upset me at all. See? This
What
is what you agree. This is gaslighting when you're like, that really upset you. It's internet. Oh, I'm having a conversation.
That's not gaslighting.
Okay, I think you fooled me and everybody watching.
I'm not upset.
You're like, ah, fucking you, women on your podcast.
I mean, you don't. If you're gonna play like that route, it's like, okay, well, you also like
Donald
you
Trump
protect
to
your boys.
Donald.
This is such a boys' club. You guys are basically Donald Trump. You are basically the right side and white side of this, because it's like you have all the people that protect you and you protect them, and everyone else like is like can't come in, can't infiltrate you. You're like, what's the deal with Jack stuff?
It's a lot. It's a lot, you guys. It's a lot to handle. I mean, look at Ethan, and I don't blame him. It's so much, that you think if this is a representation of how Trisha is at home, with people that actually care for her. I mean, it's just hard. It's just hard to. Can you imagine having someone like this in your family and you have to listen to them, and it's sad. It's so sad.
Like, who fucking cares? Like, you protect all these people. Damn protection.
Well, you're just saying, hey, you're like, hey, we're the same size. I'm like, well, I am like, 6 inches taller.
Right.
It's okay. I'm a little chunky monkey, but I'm trying to lose weight now. I'm gonna go get a salad after this for real. Although we are getting pizza tonight, so I'm gonna have the salad for lunch. I'm trying to limit.
I'm saving my pizza token for tomorrow. I'm so excited for the
where?
election.
Oh.
I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna eat pizza, and I'm gonna pray.
Ooh. Oh, really? Oh, what if it's bad though? And then you're like.
Then I'm gonna drink more.
Yeah. You just die. Shit. Well, be careful. Don't do too much pizza.
Oh God, I'm so stressed about tomorrow.
A lot of people
Right,
or are.
Oh, you're excited.
The election. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about James Charles. So you made 5 videos about Ace family being like blah 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 blah, and then what is it that you said about James in one of the videos?
It was such a blow-up comment. I was making 5 videos about the Ace family. I was coming for Austin. And I'm like, Austin is so narcissistic, self-absorbed. I'm like, the only other person I can think on this platform like that is James Charles. That's all I said. And then I continued blasting Austin. And James Charles was like, what was the comment? Do you have a comment?
Yeah, I've got it right here. So James Charles leaves a comment on your TikTok, from his TikTok, and says, "Keep my name out of your mouth. You do not know me." Which is so psycho, by the way.
No, it's not.
Like, you as a public figure, you should just really move on and ignore that.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Even if you're like, oh, Trisha's a bitch.
Well, that is true, but Trisha is everywhere, and a lot of people watch her, unfortunately, and this really has a lot to do with Trisha making videos about Tati and Shane and that whole thing, and mentioning James Charles over and over again. So it's not like Trisha is insignificant in social media world. So this is why I agreed that what James Charles said to Trisha. I don't see anything wrong with that. That's
She's
why.
wrong, whatever, yada yada yada.
Yeah, that's
whatever.
the consensus.
But he came and he left the comment, "Leave my name out of your mouth."
Yeah.
What are you, Tupac?
What's wrong with that?
So that's what I said. Who the fuck are you?
You
Tell me to
said
leave my
street?
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to
Some
send
street
another
shit.
Yeah, I hate what.
You should drive by his house.
Do what?
Drive by.
Just like, hey, what's
No.
up?
So if he wants to get street,
Egg it?
let's drive by.
Okay.
Let's fucking.
Okay, everyone, that's it. You have seen all of my footage, what I have. I hope you enjoyed the second half. I was happy to make it so it just wasn't for a waste. And do leave your comments down below. I am enjoying them very, very much. And take care of yourselves. Share this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.